Now we're going to do the opposite thing. We are going to have the area that's under the curve, and we want to find the corresponding z-score that goes with that area. If I was going to use the table, it's kind of a pain because you have to go backwards and look for the number that's close in the table and then line it up and down. So we're not even really going to worry about using the calculator. But again, on our Alex calculator, we're going to calculate. And so, on the Alex calculator, notice you have this z sub deal. Now this does do the area that is greater than. So it's backwards from when you do the P of z. When you do the z sub whatever, it gives you the area greater than. So if it's a greater than, you're just going to use this and then put the number in the little box. So in this case, I'm going to do z sub 0.6915. And you get 0.0500, right? Negative, I better put negative, what does it say? 2 decimal places. So negative 0.50 is how they would write that down. If we're going to do the next one, which is kind of a weird one, I know the area between two of my numbers is 91.09%. So if I have my little curve, I know the area in the middle is 0.9109. What I want to do is find the beginning and the ending number, and they're both the same value, but one's positive and one's negative. So what they're going to have you do, first of all, is figure out what's left in these little sections here. We know the area under that whole entire curve is 100% or 1. So we're going to start off and we're going to do 1 minus this value here, 0.9109. If you do 1 minus that number, you get Yep, 0.0891. Now that would be for both of these two sections together, and so we only want to do each of them, and so what we're going to do is take that number and divide it by 2. All right. So if I divide that by 2, I get
0.04.
And we're going to carry that out a little farther. 0.4455. We don't probably want to round until we get to the answer. Okay, once we find that number there, now we're going to find the z-score that goes with that answer. So we're going to now do the z sub 0.04455 on the Alex calculator. Yep. 1.70 will be my answer. So if I have to find, I have 2 different sections and I have to find the beginning and the end, I'm going to take 1 minus the middle part, which I did, and then I divided it by 2 because I had 2 separate sections, 1 on each end, found the z-score that corresponded to that number. Number 6. Notice this is a less than. instead of a greater than. If it's a greater than, you just do the z sub number. But if it's a less than, we have to first do 1 minus that number. And then find the z that goes with that. So if I do 1 minus 0.422, I get
0.2578.
0.2578, and then I'm going to do the z sub 0.2578 then. Whoops, that was supposed to be an 8, and I wrote a 5. You said 8. 2578. And if you do that to 2 decimal places, you get
0.65.
Yep, 0.65. Okay, so the first one, when it was a greater, you just used the number that was given, right? Mm-hmm. The third one, when it was a less, you had to do 1 minus your number and then use that. The middle one was the tougher one. I did 1 minus that area, divided it by 2, and then I used the number. So those are the 3 ways you're going to see those ones. All right. What's the next crazy thing?